Hi, history fans. My name's Katie, and I am the education coordinator at Tread of Pioneers Museum here in downtown Steamboat Springs. Usually you come visit us at the museum and we do a fun activity and you learn about local history. But since you can't come to the museum and I can't visit you in person, I'm making some videos for you. So in this video, we're gonna make a toy, and we're gonna try to do a video a week. In order to learn more about that, have your parents like us on Facebook, Tread of Pioneers Museum, and you can get on our website too to check out what we have going on. I'm also going to be doing a book study for third, fourth, and fifth graders coming up after spring break, so definitely like us on Facebook to hear more about that. And now for our toy. So we are going to be making just a toy like the pioneers would have made. They just used materials that they had around. They didn't have a lot of money, and especially early on in Steamboat, they didn't have any stores. So they had to be very imaginative, and they did, even though they had a lot of work and chores, they had a lot of time on their hands and not many people to play with, kind of similar to right now. So today we're gonna be making a tin can beanbag toss. The materials that you're going to need for this are going to be a hammer and some nails, a piece of wood. This piece of wood is just from our old fencing when we built our fence a few years back. It's been sitting out. I would sand it down or wrap a piece of cloth around it. This is a newer piece of wood that probably won't splinter. Just make sure that it's small enough for you to get your hand around and to be able to do this comfortably. And then the length is up to you. You'll also need a container. I'm using tuna cans. You could use an empty hummus container or yogurt containers. Just look through your recycle bin, see what you have. If you have something big like this, no problem. Have an adult cut it down to where it's shallow enough to where when you are putting a nail in, you can get down to the bottom. So I'm using hammer and nails. You could also use a drill and screws. The important part with your nails is to make sure that they're not longer than the depth of your wood. So because I'm not very handy, I did grab a huge nail and I made myself a hole just by doing that, because I learned it is easier then to get your small, shorter nail through. So this part you probably would have an adult help you with, depending on your age. I'm just gonna nail that down. So once it's in, you're gonna flip it over, and you're gonna do the same thing on the other side. Make yourself a guide hole, and then nail in that other one. So in the end, just make sure you flip it over so you have your finished project. So the challenge is you have a bean bag. This is my daughter's coin purse that I filled with stones. You might just have a bean bag. You could use anything really that's heavy, a plastic bag filled with rocks or beans or rice. You could make your own with some spare materials or sewing machine, or just needle and thread or fabric glue, and just fill it with whatever you have around. So I'm not going to do this for you on camera. I attempted, and this is just not my strong suit. But what you do is you put it in one side, you throw it up, you flip it over, and then you move it around to catch it. And this one is bigger than the can, but it still works to catch it. So I hope that you have fun making your toy. We will tune in with us again. Definitely like us on Facebook, or tune into our website. And again, the book study that we're gonna do that starts after spring break is on this book, The Cabin at Medicine Springs. It's about Lulie Crawford. They were the founding family in Steamboat, the founding settling family of Steamboat. And it was just about her daily life here. It was really her and her brothers. And in the summers, there were a handful of other kids when the Yampitika Native Americans would come here for the summer. But they had long days and they had chores in school, but then they kind of just had to fill their time. So it's really similar to what we're going through right now. So if you're 3rd, 4th, or 5th grade, please consider joining us for that. Again, after spring break, the books are free. We'll set them out on the porch of the museum, and you can pick them up. So to sign up for that, just email me, kkonold@treadofpioneers.org. Thanks for joining us, and we hope to see you again soon. In the comments, I want you to tell me, show me pictures of what you ended up making, and I want you to tell me if you think the longer stick is easier to do or harder to do, and if it's easier with a bigger container or a smaller container. Have fun.